Welcome back to the Tour Daily Podcast, everybody. I'm Kaylee Fretz. It's the rest day. It's the first rest day. It took us forever to get to this rest day. We've had 10 stages already. We're halfway-ish through the race. Normally we wait to set the scene, but let's just set the scene first thing because it is the rest day, and that's kind of what we do. Johnny Long, can you set the scene for me? I'm
going to hand over to Ian because we've had complaints of Ian erasure, and the free Ian movement grows every passing day. So I'm on high alert.
I completely forgot he was here.
He's going to take that to heart now.
I'll just go back home.
Ian, set the scene for me.
So Johnny found a Vietnamese restaurant, which is great. Love Vietnamese food.
Here it comes.
It is not the vibiest place in Toulouse. It's sort of on a patio kind of thing behind a supermarket or a shopping centre. This is next to a hotel.
It's Toulouse's answer to the London's Barbican. The London's Barbican? London's the Barbican. That is it. It's like 1960s...
Brutalist architecture.
Brutalist, thank you. That was the word I was looking for. It's nice. I feel...
Oh, the food has been delightful.
It's really good.
I feel calm. Do you not feel calm being away from the hustle and bustle for one day of your French
life?
life?
That's true.
And Toulouse is really interesting architecturally.
Oh, hello.
There's lots of brick.
Kate Wagner's back on the podcast.
We just walked through the sort of old town over here. It's very eclectic. It's kind of all over the place. There's brick and there's stone and there's all sorts of stuff, and I really enjoy it. It's lovely down there. There's trains.
That's good.
We took one to get here. It went under the ground.
I'm just happy not to be in the backseat of a Peugeot.
But you looked so restful and cute when you were napping today. Me and Kaylee looked into the backseat today and almost shared a parental moment when we're like, he just looks so peaceful.
So little did we know that he was just trying to prevent himself from vomiting back there.
It's a fine line.
Quite a parental moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today's episode, we're answering questions. We have a number of questions that people sent in via escapecollective.com/hello. So these are all from members. We also have some that came in via Discord and others. We're going to see how many we can get through. Frankly, there's sort of more than we can probably get to, but there's some great ones. Before we do, though, we have a beef.
Let's tick off the housekeeping list. Yeah, we should have talked about this on yesterday's show, but the racing was too good.
Yeah, we had some housekeeping to get through. So some of you might have noticed that 2 nights in a row, our podcast and the cycling podcast had virtually the same, and in one case, the same title of an episode. This has rekindled a beef because we're pretty sure that we mentioned the lyrics to...
cover of Paradise City, Cavendish City, for the renaming of Châteauroux, yes. But then Lionel went back and found that he'd put that idea for the podcast title in a Word document the afternoon before we sang it. So
he checked the dates.
He checked the metadata.
They actually have a full spreadsheet of names ahead of time because then this morning I sent him. Well, what was the one we wanted to use?
Nothing to Lose.
Nothing to Lose because we are in Toulouse right now, and he sent me a screenshot of that exact headline title in a Excel spreadsheet from June.
Yeah. Also, the problem is that Remco Evenepoel titled his Strava ride today with Nothing to Lose. So we've got to be aiming this slightly higher than a man who rides bikes for a living and English is his second language. We should be doing a tiny bit better.
Everything to lose. Something
We've
to
lost
lose.
Everything. Take that one step further.
So anyway, we're beefing with them again, is what I'm saying, because regardless of the proof that Lionel allegedly showed us, we feel that he stole our title twice in a row, and I am going to be working with him going forward. We've decided to set up a group chat on WhatsApp, and we're going to confirm each other's titles prior to publishing, so we don't end up in a situation like this again.
This is like the Cold War red telephone.
Yes. Yeah.
There are some teenagers fighting.
Actually fighting.
I can't tell.
It's just high spirits.
They were just joshing, but it looked serious. Anyway. Yes, he is bleeding out of his mouth.
Gross. So the beef rekindles with the cycling podcast.
Our beef now pales into insignificance.
to the fighting teenagers over here. Apologize for that. We'll keep you abreast of updates on this. Johnny, Ian, bring it back, boys.
Sorry.
Back to the bike race that didn't happen today.
Distracted by violence, Kaylee.
In America, they're just completely numb to it.
Desensitized. That's not even violence, Squeezing someone to death never counted. Right. We've got a couple of corrections corner and addendum avenues to go stroll down. First one's an easy one, corrections corner. Yesterday on the podcast, I rather uncharitably suggested that Niels Pollard might live in a tax haven on account of how much he must earn from UAT members. Turns out he apparently lives in a non-tax haven of Cologne. So credit to Niels Pollard for being an upstanding citizen. I knew I always liked him. Maybe.
Kudos.
Also, we forgot this is a we were correct corner, but it's not we because it's Ronan basically saying I was correct. Shall I just read his? I'll read his. No. Okay. Basically, Ronan wants to say that he was the target of keyboard warriors on Facebook back in 2018 for selecting Ben Healy for the 2018 Junior World Championships
for Ireland.
And
I believe that some of that was because people were like, mates from Birmingham.
Yeah. Anyway, Ronan did actually select a future yellow jersey wearer, so I think he's been doing victory laps around his garden since Healy crossed the line yesterday. Probably a bit quicker than going around the whole of Ireland this time. Final one, we were discussing how Joe Blackmore's real first name is Peter on his passport. He's apparently 100% only ever referred to as Joe. It is his real first name, Peter, but he's just never used it. That's I got this intel.
No, but I still want to know more.
I know, but we will have to ask him, I think.
His dad is
apparently they're very nice.
His dad is Steve. They're lovely people, incredibly modest. It is his real first name, but he's never used it.
Yeah.
No, but
I can't
why?
Give you any more. I can't give you any more.
Peter's a fine name. There's nothing wrong with it.
Joe is better. Joe is better than Peter for sure.
It's more contemporary.
That's probably what he was thinking, aged 5.
I'd like to have a bit more edge.
Should we get to some of the audio questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think the first one. So here's what we're going to do. This is going to be a bit wonky.
No.
Yeah. Should I play it on my laptop and stick the microphone next to it?
Yeah, that'll work.
And then if Stuart, I think Stuart's on the editing desk tonight. If it doesn't sound good, you can replace it with the actual audio file.
Probably do that.
But for the benefit of YouTube out there, that seems like it'll be the best bet. So here we go. We have Benji, who can't tell the difference between you two.
Hey, so this is Benji from Seattle. I need to know, help me tell the difference between Johnny and Ian. Now that Ian was away for a long time, I can tell what Johnny's voice and Ian is different. But help me know what is the difference. I guess I need to know who is Johnny and who is Ian, and how do they appear differently on the site and in the world of cycling. And you just said that Ian is extremely recognizable from a distance. In what way is Ian extremely recognizable from a distance? Is he very tall? Does he use a wheelchair? Does he have 3 arms? Please explain. Also, now that I know who Johnny is, I really adore Johnny.
Aww.
Johnny, please keep bringing the silliness. Definitely silliness. All right.
Thank you, Benji.
We did recognize Ian from a distance again today.
We did actually.
Did you look in the back seat of the car? You're just there he is.
Yeah, the rearview mirror does.
But what is it about Ian that makes us able to recognize him from so far away?
Because his shoulders are slightly tucked in a bit, with a bit of shame, and you also walk in a you don't like to ever make your legs move out as you walk forward. They're always a bit in, like feet turned in when you walk a little bit. Tiniest bit.
Little bit
quite
pigeon-toed.
distinctive walk, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Quite distinctive walk. A distinctive hunch.
Yeah,
is really what you're saying.
you gotta come on. You gotta carry yourself a bit of pride in. we always end up returning to this topic every year in some way. It's either you saying sorry too much or, Ian. Yeah, Ian's a very distinctive man.
Okay, so who's Johnny then?
Taller than you think.
Yeah.
Depends how tall you think he is.
everyone always thinks I'm short, which I try and take as a personal growth activation, but it never really works.
He bleached sort of tips.
There's
frosted tips.
There's frosted tips.
How
long are those going to last now that he's in his 30s?
Oh, he's just going to go
Is he
full
sticking with
blonde.
him?
Is this a question you're asking me or Ian?
Ian.
No, I think
We're making
you're going to
predictions
commit to it more.
Yeah.
What else? Like cherubic face.
Yeah.
He is 30, but could be 17. But he's also a gentle giant. In terms of how we sort of differentiate ourselves on the internet, I think that there is definitely some overlap, I would say.
Nothing like each other.
On the internet.
Oh, on the internet. Yeah, in terms of like writing, what you write about and things, yeah.
Like we both gravitate to the same sort of dumb bullshit, I would say.
Yeah, someone once said though, one commented, this piece reads like if Ian had brain damage. Which I've never forgotten. So that's how I would differentiate. No, in person we're actually very different. Because you're very much a pacifist and see the, trying to see the good, whereas I'm ready to scrap literally anyone.
Sydney and Melbourne.
Next time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That is the distinction.
I wonder if Benji from Seattle
LA
understands that distinction.
Well, L.A., San Francisco.
San Francisco.
That's rude to Ian.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know
New
which is worse. Which one am I? Wait.
Bring
Wait.
Patrick in.
Patrick, wait. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Patrick from Defector.
I buy the LA San Francisco split here, having been at this Vietnamese restaurant for maybe 25 minutes. Johnny's definitely got a Hollywood thing going. I could see you in San Francisco, Ian. Although,
does that mean that I'm like some sort of sociopath that runs a tech company?
No, there's all kinds of people there.
Oh, are there? Okay, good.
Yeah. Also, wait, which one are you again?
I can see San Francisco. I can see him in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it works. All right, so there's your distinction. Thank you, Benji, for the question.
Thank you,
We really answered the question.
Let's get to a slightly more serious question.
Okay.
So this question is about climb categories at the Tour de France.
Oh.
And we did research.
It's all right, boasting.
Hello, Escape Collective. Grace here. First, I want to thank you for all the great coverage you are doing with the tour and the fact that you make the tour your full-time job so I can make keeping up with it my full-time job. I've got two questions for you. The first one is about how each climb is categorized by the UCI in the race book. Is it just based on the gradient, or maybe the length or switchbacks or something else entirely? And my second question is, I want to do a vibe check with you all about the Yates classification because they're quite far apart. There's about 10 minutes separating them after stage 6, which is surprising to me because I find they're usually a lot closer together. All right, guys, stay silly and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Grace. Let's tackle the climb one first. So there is an actual answer to this question, and the answer is they make it up as they go along. Like, quite literally. Yeah. So there's an old story, which is not true, that there's the Citroen 2CV, which is a vehicle that is still used in the caravan, actually. Very old, not particularly powerful car. And the old story goes that whatever gear you would go up the climb in, that was the categorization of the climb. So if you could get up the climb in third gear, it was a Cat 3, and if it was first gear, it was a Cat 1, and if you couldn't get up at all, that was an OR category climb. That is nonsense, unfortunately, because that is a much more fun story. But the actual answer, and I'm gonna read from a thing here. Tour de France organizers adjust the categorization to highlight the climb's difficulty and importance within the race's narrative, sometimes bumping up a climb's category if it's a summit finish or comes late in a grueling stage. So basically, they make it up.
I love the idea of bumping up a Category 4 to a Category 3 to add tension to a stage's narrative.
They for sure do. Like tomorrow, for example, there's a couple Cat 3s near the end of tomorrow that on another day, on actual mountain stage, would be maybe not even categorized. Yeah. So that's how it goes. The Yates classification.
Yes.
What are the current standings? I don't even know.
So Simon Yates is in 23rd position, 20 minutes and 26 seconds.
Please use his full name.
Simon Phillip.
Thank you.
And Adam Richard Yates is in 44th position, 36 minutes, 24 down.
We did confirm that today, by the way.
Yeah,
that's breaking news.
Yeah.
And what news?
Breaking news.
Breaking news. A middle name that he's had since birth.
The one answer for this could be that Simon Phillip Yates was in the breakaway famously yesterday on Bastille Day and won the stage, so took more time. Adam has definitely been hanging out a bit more and has done since Joao Almeida left the race because he knew he'd be even more important. So he's like, right, take it easy because you're basically going to lend someone for the second part of the race. I would have expected maybe to be the other way around because Simon Yates came off the Giro where he was definitely not at 100%.
He said he was tired
after
winning the stage. Yeah, but he's still obviously still riding well.
So yeah, we'll have to see. They're definitely in good spirits though because we saw them one day after the bus coming back, giggling like twin brothers.
Yep.
I also wrote a story about twins today. So this is convenient that the Yates classification is not just a Yates. Well, there's the Yates classification, but there's also the Johannesson classification because there are two sets of identical twins in the race. And in the Johannesson...
Is it the first time ever for two sets of identical twins in the race?
Let's say yes.
Sure.
just finger in the wind.
Killian can correct us at some point.
In the Johannesson categorization, we have Tobias in 10th overall, 5 minutes and 3 seconds behind.
Solid.
And Unders in 64th, 51 minutes and 44 seconds behind. Unders gave an interesting interview to TV2, our friends.
Who else?
Where he said that he doesn't want to be seen as Norway's shittest rider in comparison to his brother at the Tour de France.
You know what the best way to make that happen is to not put it into people's minds by saying it out loud. Yeah. Are you worried about Parrot Pantra erasure by focusing only on twins and not brothers in the race? Because they are obviously also in the race, the Parrot Pantras.
They are also in the race. No, but they're quite distinctive. One of them is the smallest man alive, and the other one is slightly bigger than that.
Yeah, Valentine's the tiny one.
Valentine is tiny.
He looks like, when you don't constrain proportions when you resize an image in a Word document.
Yeah.
That's what they did to make the other one.
Just stretch to fit.
Just look at him like, that's not... What's going on there?
Should we get to the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just preparing over here. I was also looking for one... I was looking for a Danger question.
Oh.
But I think we're going to save them. We're saving our Danger questions. Do we want hydration?
Hydration?
Yeah.
In terms of the question or...
That's the topic of the question. Okay, let's do it.
Hi, this is Shane from New York, and I am interested in the hydration that keeps the Tour de France running. I think we've heard a lot about nutrition changes in the last few years, but I specifically think about just literally the amount of water that has to get into each rider in what are 16 ounce, don't make me make that metric, bottles. So who are the poor staff members that have to fill all these bottles every night? Is it just hotel room tap water? Do they have to buy filtered water? I know as my illustrious amateur career, I drive around with a 5-gallon jug of New York City tap water because I simply won't drink as much if it is gross tap water from most of the rest of the country.
New Yorkers in the tap water.
I'm interested in how you get probably 10 or 20 bottles per rider per day filled and distributed.
Good question. This basically comes down to it's I guess a relatively simple answer, but that doesn't negate the amount of work that goes into it, which is the soigneurs, of which there are multiple at this race from each team. There could be upwards of sort of 4, 5, 6 per team. Spend a significant amount of time filling up water bottles.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are packing in water. I don't think any of them are filtering water. I think it's
there is an ice truck though.
Yeah, there's an ice truck. But that's separate. That's often for the ice baths or ice socks that they do.
Do you not think they combine though?
So
Yeah,
they just reuse the ice cubes after everyone's finished with their ice baths, and then they're just we'll chuck those in tomorrow so they're cold.
That's after you get McKinsey in, how you can make cost savings in your Tour de France team.
So just like the mechanics, post stage, they spend a whole bunch of time fixing the bikes up, getting it ready. The Soigneurs spend a bunch of time filling water bottles.
The thing that shook me to my core was figuring out how they washed all the water bottles. And basically the Soigneurs will take the bottles to their hotel room and then just empty them all into a bathtub. And then they fill the bath up, and obviously then it will just washes itself out, and because you got a ton of bottles.
They also a lot of bottles get chucked.
Yeah.
So they start the race with tons and tons and tons of bottles, and they have to keep
Maybe the
using
World
them.
Tour teams don't do that because
they just
chuck them away. But I've seen that happen before at a UCI race, and I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And the Tour de France does historically they have provided a certain type of bottle. I think it was a Coca-Cola branded bottle for a long time. But now teams are often using their own special aero, Lidl Trek, for example, uses their own aero bottles, and they're filling all these aero bottles and handing those out to the riders. So it's just. I mean, the real answer is it's just a ton of work for a group of Soigneurs.
The Lidl Trek aero bottle is also plausible deniability for them, in that they can't just hand them out to people. So when the punters roll up and they're like, "Hey, can I please have a bottle, s'il vous plaît?" They say no, they're aero. They're just the only ones that we can have that work with our bikes.
There are an extraordinary number of people out there, by the way, with little nets or baskets that the riders are supposed to try to hit as they go by.
They've made basketball hoops out of cardboard for riders, as if they're I know what I'll do. I'll play a fun game of shooting a three-pointer going 60 kilometers an hour.
Almost never do that. I think was it Quinn Simmons the other day actually did this on television, but it was so unusual that they put it on and they showed replays of it.
It happens
and everything.
every so often.
But the sheer volume of hopeful people out there building these things is actually kind of sad. You're better off.
Sad or beautiful?
Beautiful.
It's a fine line.
Beautifully sad.
It's a fine line.
Often they're quite far away from the road as well.
They
so
are.
You literally
no one's
going to
hit you. No one's going to hit you.
It over.
Good question. Thank you. Should we have a podium question?
Okay.
Hello, Daily Tour Daily Guys. Yes, that's your name now. This is Jeff, a member. I'm chiming in from Switzerland, where I'm on vacation with my family. So I'm watching the Tour de France in Deutsch. I'm Eurosport, so I don't exactly know what's going on most of the time. So you guys are kind of my English language lifeline, I guess, along with Ned Bolting and David Miller and Phil Gammon. Sorry to prop up some other guys. I don't think they're in the black book. My question relates to Oscar Onley, brave British boy, battling for third place on the podium yesterday. But worry not, this is an evergreen question. It doesn't relate to that, really. But should Oscar not have been rewarded with a podium? And by that I mean a spot to stand on a podium. I always find it dissonant that you win a podium on a tour stage, but it's well, did he get the podium? It's yeah, he got the podium. Well, where was he? Oh, he wasn't on the podium. There's no podium. So should second and third also get to stand on the podium?
Thought it was done.
Oh. Did he fall over right at the end there?
I don't know.
The last anyone heard from
him. Hope you're okay. We hope you're okay. A philosophical question. Because we discussed it as a podium, and yet the only multi-rider podium of the entire bicycle race is in Paris at the finish.
Well, yeah, because no one, if you ask the riders, often they don't really, unless it's their first time ever getting second or third in a stage, it's they don't really care. No, Tom Pidcock's famous saying, no one remembers who finishes second.
You ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. Maybe he's too young to have been captured by the ballad of Ricky Bobby, but who knows? But the podium in Paris, fine. Overall, in the race, that's 3 weeks of racing. Stage, look, do we want to devolve into a mountain bike scenario where every man and their dog's on the podium? Not I.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think the fact that it's a stage race does change things. And kind of what you're alluding to, Johnny, is the podium ceremony takes a lot of time. And unless you're doing it for the first time and you're very excited about it, you're probably just sort of annoyed by it. And so I don't think the riders in general are clamoring
one-day races,
for that.
One-day races, you get it. Amstel Gold, where they all have their beers on the podium. That makes more sense. Yep. That's a big race.
Yep.
Big individual.
So, there's your answer. Your answer. We have a couple more. No, we're saving this one for after dark.
Okay.
So I think that maybe we'll. We have one more written one here.
From Discord.
Yeah, from Discord. Read this one out.
Me?
Yeah.
Johnny cannot read.
And then I think we're at almost half an hour, so we
okay, here we go.
Also have to throw to a segment.
We will do that afterward.
I've got the question from Annalise. Have the teams ever worked together against Pogacar? Like, has Visma ever tried to cut a deal with a smaller team or something to help them prop up Vingegaard? Feels like that's the only way Pogacar can be conquered.
Happens informally all the time. The directors text message each other. Any sort of formal collusion, I think, is against UCI regulations.
That would probably be a bit too much of a big one if it was so obvious that another team was helping. But often it can work because they'll both be racing within the race for separate goals, but they'll need to do the same thing to get there. Yeah,
so like the way that would probably more likely work would be, they call on a team that is riding for a sprinter maybe, and they'll help control it or something like that, or they'll have a team that somebody wants to jump in a breakaway and they sort of ride for that. Like there's a couple scenarios in which you could kind of make it work, but no, I mean frankly, I don't think Visma needs any help on that front at this point. Very strong team, and the other teams, particularly at the Tour, have their own stuff to think about. So I think in general you wouldn't find a whole lot of takers on that one. Good question.
Depends how many stages Pogacar wins. If he wins loads, then teams might eventually be like, right, we've got to do something about this guy.
I think it's time to head to After Dark. We're going to do a sort of broader wrap, I think, of the race so far. Some teams with the good vibes and some teams with the bad vibes, and we're going to answer a question about romance. So, if you remember, stick around. Just to reiterate, After Dark, all it is an extended version of this podcast episode. So if you're on the member feed, you just get a longer episode where we keep talking about stuff. It's better. We enter the trust tree. We say things that we could never say in public. And the lawyers can't get there. We have an anti-lawyer force field.
It's the open sea.
Yeah.
It's maritime
law.
Yeah.
International waters.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to join us over there, head over to escapecollective.com/join, sign yourself up, and get into After Dark. A ton of you have in the last couple of days, I think, because you wanted to hear about Brailsford. So maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, let's squeeze that one dry.
Squeeze that lemon. Join us over there. Otherwise, if you're listening to the free show, that's where it cuts off, and we'll be back from tomorrow's stage, which is Toulouse. I think I referenced this recently as a nailed-on sprint stage, and then I took a much closer look at it in the car today, and I am less convinced.
Oh, okay.
It's a bunch of Cat 3s and stuff. But, yeah. It's very loud over here. We will see you tomorrow from Toulouse, which is where we already are. See you tomorrow. Otherwise, stick around. We're going After Dark.
In Congress trying to fucking filibuster.